Hello again, everyone.
And welcome to today's episode of
I hope you guys are doing great. I'm so excited to be here with my best friend.
When did we meet?
We met in 7th grade. Right.
Okay.
Yeah. And what class did we have together?
It was a year that we had all of the same classes. Like we would rotate all together except for languages, I think.
Yeah, so 7th grade. So wait, but who did we have for homeroom? Do you remember?
Are we last reading?
Oh, yes, I remember now. Basically, we met in 7th grade. We were definitely I feel like do you think you changed much?
Probably not.
I don't think you changed much. I feel like you were always kind of mature.
Yeah, weirdly.
Yeah, I changed a lot. I was a lot crazier than I am.
7th grade was a rough year though.
Yeah, that was the year that we had COVID. So when COVID happened,
yeah.
it kind of like messed with everyone, I feel. Today's episode, we're going to be talking about friendships and other relationships, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, who knows? We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens on the way. But we're going to talk about friendships and relationships, and I kind of wanted to like discuss what we're going to talk about, like have a discussion, but I think that if we go for like an interview type thing, I think that'll be fun too. So we can get into that. As you guys know, I want to have like the episodes a little bit more formulaic. I tried doing that last episode and I think it worked out really well. So we're kind of going to go for the same thing this episode, even though it's like a little bit different because it's a collaboration. Anyway, Hannah, how do you think your previous relationships have changed, like how you go into new relationships? Because I feel like with the relationships that we've had in the past, I feel like at least for me, like they do change me a lot, like how I see other people, and I think you have a lot of experience with that.
Okay, so I don't have a lot of experience. It's just like
Mhm.
like a few times. Like one of my closest friends or like one of the closest people in my life have like heavily impacted me.
Mhm.
But I wouldn't say it happens with everyone I meet or like all of my friends.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I form like deep connections with most people or like become close with them. And that's probably like that's my own choice.
Mhm.
You know, because I don't think I care to have that.
But I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, I don't like to have a lot of, as you would say, shallow friendships. I don't think they serve me a purpose really.
That's funny that you say that because I was talking about this on the podcast a couple days ago about like relationships like serving me and how I felt like weird saying that, like, oh, this relationship doesn't
yeah, I
serve
see
me.
what you mean.
But like I think that
But,
makes
like,
sense because like
They don't benefit my life.
right, like I feel like you
Yeah.
should have people in your life to benefit you.
Yeah. Or like just make you happy. And
Yeah.
like it's not like someone makes me super happy.
hmm I think high school gave us a lot of like shallow relationships,
Yeah.
especially
I think
me.
middle school would even be worse.
You think so?
For me, yeah.
Were you ever friends? I don't want to say any names, but like
Just describe.
it was that one girl, and she was like friends with my friend, and she had like black hair. But
I was best friends with her at some points.
how did that really? I honestly don't even know how that relationship ended.
It's not like we had a bad experience or anything. It's
Mhm.
just after we were in 7th grade with her, I think.
Mhm.
I think she was in all of our classes.
I think she was.
maybe,
I
too.
feel like she was in our classes
Um,
because she had a crush on the tall guy. Do you know who I'm talking about?
do we still know him to
Yes.
this day? Yeah, I know who you're talking.
Yes.
I didn't even remember that. And she was super close with our English teacher,
Yes,
like,
I do remember that.
strangely. Anyways, but this girl, I was good friends with her that year.
Mhm.
She might have even been one of my closest
I thought
friends.
she was like your best friend.
Well,
We'll get to the next one.
but then we just stopped talking. We actually FaceTimed a lot, I remember now.
Mhm.
And then COVID happened. I'm sure we probably FaceTimed a little bit after that, but then lost touch.
Mhm.
And then in 9th grade again, we ended up sitting at the same lunch table together,
Mhm.
which that wasn't healthy. Except she didn't sit with us all the time. It's like she would join us like sometimes, and we
Mhm.
got close again there. But then I haven't talked to her since.
Wow.
Not in a bad way.
I still see her in the hallway sometimes. Well, saw her in
Yeah.
the hallways.
Yeah.
She's nice. I feel like I
She
saw
is
her in
really
public.
nice.
When I think about that girl, like I remember you had
Oh,
told me
yeah.
that she made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
And I think that's how a lot of people are. And
Yeah.
it's a shame because I feel like I've had a lot of friends like that. Specifically the one friend we were talking about earlier. we're not going to say names on this podcast because I think it's important to
The
remain.
one who knew her.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was sad.
Basically, we had this friend. That was when we were in chemistry together, right?
Yeah, 10th grade.
So 10th grade chemistry was like the science class of all time. It was us and three of our other friends, and one of our friends in particular, she made a mistake. She made a mistake, and it ended up resulting in her not being allowed to go to our school anymore. And I remember it was so difficult because like she was I don't know if you like had that relationship with her, but she was really kind.
Oh,
like to
yeah.
me and my siblings, like she was just amazing. And it's just
She
sad.
was.
She
still is. Like whenever I see, because I still follow her on TikTok, and
Mhm.
she's
still a good person, I think.
She just also had not bad influences as in bad influences that are friends, but like her family. She had a lot of family issues that really impacted her, I think.
I think that a lot of like people come into bad situations because of the influences they have from their family, which sucks.
It does.
Because it's like you don't have a choice. Like with friends, like you can
Mhm.
choose. I mean, I guess you can choose. It's like murky water, but like you choose who you're around, kind of.
Usually, yeah.
But like when you're around like family and stuff, like you kind of just become the
Yeah.
product of that, for better or for worse. Because like sometimes it's a good thing, but other times it's not. Not
Mhm.
really.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's
What
weird.
were we talking about?
I forget what we were talking about. Why did we start talking?
Bad choices, bad decisions.
Bad decisions, yeah. Do you think that there were like any bad decisions that like you made, or like any bad influences that you've had that could have like steered you in a bad path but didn't?
Those friends, yeah.
Really?
Those friends could have, yeah. If I hung out with the girl from 7th grade more and in person, and I continue to be friends with her through high school and actually actively hung out with her, I feel like she could have not peer
Influenced you.
pressured me, but just influenced me
Yeah.
to do things that I would regret.
I couldn't even imagine that. Because like in my head, like you were always just so like steadfast in like yourself.
Yeah.
In many ways,
Weird?
yeah. And I feel like kind of in a weird way, like you influenced her positively when you guys
probably
were
did.
friends.
You know
I feel
what?
like I
Yeah.
think that's what you did because
It's possible.
and then she just
I'd like to talk to her.
we should have her
I
on
wonder if she remembers, like,
your friendship.
yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
I don't know either.
I wish I could say that she does, but I don't know. Maybe we should just talk about our friendship like chronologically then, if we're starting off there.
Okay, yeah, that's
So
what
like
I like that.
7th grade we were friends. Kind of like going off of like what this episode's called. Do you think that we were friends out of like actual like friendship, or do you think it was circumstantial? At least at that point in time.
In 7th grade, it was circumstantial
Mm-hmm.
because we were just together all the time, and like our whole class was like a friend group almost.
That's
for the
how I would
most
explain
part.
it. For us in 7th grade, like we had our like class, but it wasn't like high school where you like switch around, like your own schedule is your own. Like you kind of were with these same 20 kids for every single class, and that was how it was. And we were all super close, which is funny when you think about it, because like, we were all such different people.
We really were, especially now.
One person that I think about a lot specifically when we talk about that is the athlete, the football player.
Yeah.
Because he was so different back then. He was like a nerd.
Yeah.
And now he's like how he is now.
I don't know if we're thinking of the same person.
Who are you thinking of?
But I was like, nerd, that just makes sense.
That's an issue, I think. We keep getting sidetracked and we can't remember what we were talking about. So, back to the circumstantial thing, whether our friendship was circumstantial or not.
Yeah,
that's kind of like what this episode's about, because like I feel like a lot of friendships, at least in high school and in school in general, like grade school, it's all circumstantial because you're just close with those people.
Mm-hmm.
And like I know my dad, like he used to say to me like, you're not going to talk to your friends after high school. But I feel like some of them I do. Like, obviously, I still talk to you, and like
I've never been told that.
Really?
Because my dad, he's still best friends with his middle school friend.
Like, is that the guy that was at the party, at your grad party?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he was cool.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know. Like, I get it to a degree because they always told me I would only have a handful of friends after high school, because in like middle school I had a lot of friends, but like again they were shallow.
Yeah.
Like I never had. I didn't even have a best friend at that point. Now that I think about it. Which is interesting because I remember before I was best friends with my best friend freshman year.
Yeah.
Before I was friends with her, I was like thinking to myself, I was like, this is so crazy that I don't have a best friend. Like I don't have a single person that I would text all the time.
See, I did,
Mm-hmm.
but by 7th grade, I became not her best friend. Like I wasn't her best friend.
Yeah.
But she was mine.
That's tragic.
It is, yeah.
That's really tragic.
And it's like makes me uncomfortable thinking about that.
I think that's valid. Like concerning the nature of the relationship.
Yeah.
How did like COVID affect like the way that you perceive relationships and stuff like that? Both. I guess we could also talk about like romantic relationships too, because we're talking about relationships holistically, but high school relationships, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So like, how do you think like being isolated from everyone impacted
Going
that?
right before COVID, I know me and my best friend, who at this point I was moving out and like I wasn't going to be her best friend anymore. Like I knew that. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't happening because she was becoming really close to someone else who was in her class that year because
Mhm.
she wasn't in our class.
Right.
And so around Christmas time, before COVID hit, we were still hanging out. We went like ice skate. She's probably gonna see this. She knows who she is though. So, we would go like, yeah, we would go ice skating. We hung out multiple times before COVID.
Mhm.
And I would never really hang out with my friends. It'd be purely like online. We would text each other and stuff. But her, I would hang out with. And but then when COVID hit, I stopped hanging out with everyone, which obviously was COVID.
Yeah,
so like,
you didn't
and
really have an
my
option.
family was the kind of people who we stayed away.
Mhm.
But then we just started talking less, I guess. Maybe we would text, but I've never been the type to rely on texting my friends to keep our friendship.
Right.
Even if they saw it that way, like I didn't really care to do that.
Mhm.
Like if you and I went a whole summer without talking, we practically
I think
almost
it was
did
more
last
than
year.
that.
Probably, but like
After 7th grade, I don't think we talked after 7th grade.
yeah, but I mean like last summer, like we only hung out once or twice maybe.
Mhm.
I think once. But like it's like we're still best friends.
Mhm.
It's not like any time has passed.
Yeah, like you don't have to keep the relationship
Yeah,
on. Okay, I get what you mean. Yeah.
I always felt that way with her. I didn't need to talk to her to feel like she was still my best friend. I have a feeling she didn't feel that way. And then going into 8th grade, we weren't in the same class again. And this was like the COVID year. We only would go into school
Mhm.
2 days a week.
Yeah.
Then stayed home the other 3 days.
That was weird.
That's crazy.
Like I kind of forgot about that, and like how it was like switched. Like there were only certain kids that would go in these days, and then
Yeah.
and you just never saw those other kids.
I still wish that they had continued to give us asynchronous days on Monday.
Yeah.
That'd be so smart.
I thought a lot of places were doing that or considering doing it after COVID.
I think they were considering just completely. We're getting off topic. And then 8th grade, I think she was in the same class with this other girl who she was getting closer with, and they were best friends at this point. I think they were hanging out actively. I wasn't talking to this girl as much. Then I got really close with another girl who was in my class this year. So this girl ended up becoming one of my best friends as well. But she was always, is she gonna watch this?
I don't know.
She was kind of annoying. And she always was. It didn't bother me.
I think we should talk about that kind of, like that friendship, not that friendship specifically, but like, so this particular person is like highly controversial, I feel. It's,
Just one way though. Like most people just.
Yeah, it's not even
It's
controversial.
kind of sad.
People just don't like her, and I think that there's justifiable reasons behind it. Like I don't think it's my place to tell people whether or not they should like someone, but I've always felt that people were very, very hard on this girl and very, very mean to her, and like everyone hated her. And I feel like I wonder what it would be like to be that person. That's why I always feel so bad for her, because I'm like, if that were me, like I would feel horrible living. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If everyone hated me, and like it's different if she did something like terribly wrong, and she
did.
She did.
At this point, she hadn't. When I was best friends with her. It was just the aspect that most people in our class still at this point didn't like her anyways. I became very quiet in COVID, during COVID. I never talked in class. They probably forced me to honestly talk.
Probably, yeah.
And like answer questions. I was so quiet. I sat next to her though because our last names were in the same
Yeah.
part of the alphabet. So we were best friends. I still talk to the other girl who is also my best friend at this point. But like we definitely grew apart she and I definitely grew apart this year, especially. 8th grade year ended, then freshman year started, and I promised myself that I would become more social, I guess. And then I also had classes with the original best friend.
I just realized he was in the camera the whole time. This is Nero.
Hi! Look at you. And so I ended up having classes with both of these girls. And the original best friend, we were really close again. I don't know if I had class with her first period, but we had class second period, and it was like we hadn't not talked every day, right? It's like we had talked every day.
Yeah.
I keep saying like. It wasn't the same because she had this other best friend that she got really close to, and they, at this point, were hanging out all the time, I think.
There's so much drama regarding the friend group, and I think that's like another thing that went into a lot, like specifically with your relationship, like just how much drama there was, not around you and her, but like her and other people.
Oh,
and,
you're so right.
And like how that like,
was a big impact.
Yeah, like how it like fed itself almost into your relationship. It sounds like dumb to say, but like it feels crazy to be involved in so much drama so young. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially you as well. Like you
think
were
me?
in some of like the peak drama, like 7th grade, and then skipped 8th grade, and a little bit of 9th grade.
One thing about me is like if the memory didn't like benefit me, I kind of forget it. But like she doesn't. So like if I ever did anything that like I can't like remember, I just know that I did it because she did. She remembered it. But I don't remember specifically what you're talking about.
I think the whole thing with your ex-girlfriend was just like crazy.
So, basically, this is like a key like thing in our relation, like our friendship. Like it's like a key memory. Basically in 7th grade, Hannah had a Christmas party, and at this point, I was dating this girl, and her best friend, like the one we've been talking about for a little bit, her best friend had, and I don't even know like I don't think I had a crush on her.
You did, I think.
Wow, just called out.
Yeah.
Guys, I told you that I don't condone cheating.
And that was often your crush with her. Sorry to cut you off.
No, it's fine.
But your crush with my original best friend was off and on for so many years.
Yeah.
Or like, yeah.
Yeah. It's just funny because there was that other crush freshman year.
Oh yeah, that was big.
But with that first crush, it's crazy that it went from that to her. Yeah, so whatever. So I had an on and off crush situation with this girl, her best friend, and I was dating a girl at the time, and we went to this Christmas party, and like me and her best
But your
friend,
girlfriend wasn't there.
yeah, she wasn't there, and like we were like all over each other, me and her best friend.
We were in 7th grade at this point.
I feel like I was a different person. I would never do something like that now. I hope. Because even then, I feel like it wasn't intentional. But like, I wouldn't say that like cheating is ever. Was it cheating? Do you think that counts as cheating?
Yeah.
No.
It wasn't anything crazy. We were in 7th grade.
Yeah, we were literally just like it was like a seat, like it was a small seat, and we were just sitting on it together. I think that was.
But like on top of each other.
So, after that point, so that now we're caught up to like 9th grade. Were we like friends at that point yet? In 9th grade?
I think when we like passed each other, you know?
Yeah, 9th grade was bio, right? When we all took bio.
I wasn't in your class.
Yes, but you weren't in that class. But we all took bio that year.
That was your bio.
It was
class,
chemistry
yeah.
the next year.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like I think we had friends that overlapped,
Mm-hmm.
so I think that's when we would talk, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
But we weren't actively.
Do you think our friendship would have survived if we didn't have like those small overlaps?
Yeah, because I think sophomore year was pretty impactful.
Mm-hmm.
Because that wasn't just a small overlap. Like we just had class together.
Mm-hmm. But that's the thing. Like it's so circumstantial, right?
It can be, yeah.
Because if we didn't have chem together, would we be friends where we are now?
There's a theory.
Butterfly theory.
Yeah.
Butterfly effect.
Yeah.
That's such a good way to like incorporate like okay.
I think.
So like we aren't. Obviously, it's gonna be more formulaic, but like since that just came up, I think it's a good time to like transition into that briefly. Do you want to talk about it?
No.
Okay. Well,
because I can't put it into words. Should we search it?
Yeah.
That's what you were doing in the other video.
Yeah.
You know, there's a movie, a thriller from 2004.
Called The Butterfly Effect?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. according to AI Overview. The butterfly effect refers to the concept in chaos theory, where a small change in one state of a deterministic nonlinear system can lead to large differences in a later state. Essentially, it means that a tiny action, like a butterfly flapping its wings, could, in theory, eventually lead to a significant outcome like a tornado. So, like,
That feels drastic. The butterfly and the tornado thing, because like, how would that change like the air?
yeah,
Anyway, that's irrelevant to the point. The point is, I wonder sometimes if like, I wonder about those little things. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like how many little things happened to like lead me to where I am today? Because the odds of being born alone are like super low.
We were just fastest.
I was just speedy, I guess. It's weird to think about that sort of stuff, I feel. Because like I feel like that could drive you crazy. Like sometimes I genuinely sympathize with the mentally insane because like I could see it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I could see how you could
like
just,
trying to reverse,
yeah, I know
like-
exactly what you mean.
like play back everything.
Yes, and like go
Yeah.
backwards and see like what step like that would drive you mad.
Yeah.
I don't know if I believe in it necessarily, like the butterfly effect. Because like
But I don't think it's something you can't believe in. It's just something that happens.
like every little thing leads. I mean, yeah,
it's not
like,
even a theory; it's an effect.
like every little thing leads to another thing.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I just have a hard time believing that if we weren't like we wouldn't have found our way back to each other. You know what I mean? And I feel that way with like a lot of people. Like, take my other best friend. I have two best friends, right? This is one, and then I have another. The other one, like, isn't it so insane that we made our way back to each other?
When did you two originally become friends?
7th grade, because we used to play Fortnite. Ironically, with your best friend's best friend.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah. She used to play.
No wonder you guys were both invited to the parties.
Yeah.
I'm
The-
kidding. I don't
This
care.
friends parties
so
were
glad
like
I never
a
went.
huge like thing in high school, but whatever. Or even middle school. I feel like it was more important in like late middle school, early high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it dwindled off.
Yeah, they kind of did fall off, especially this
didn't.
year.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything happen recently.
Did I go to any this year?
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think the butterfly effect can be argued with religion.
Talk about that.
Oh, because if you believe in God or gods or whatever higher power of some sort, they are almost said to not control every aspect, but like, yeah, if they're
I
a
would
higher
think so.
power,
Yeah, they
then
guide everything.
yeah, it guides every decision you make,
Interesting.
or it's said to.
So do you believe
Even if you don't realize you're being guided.
So do you believe in fate? Or like destiny?
I'd like to.
Okay.
But I have a hard time believing in stuff that can't be proven.
I feel like it's like similar to the butterfly effect, like fate and destiny, like talking about like how it's not like something you believe in, rather it's something that just happens, because like the whole concept of fate is like you were destined to do this thing. So like even if you have free will and you get to choose it, like you still chose that
Exactly.
path. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
This path
but
you were
you can't
destined
prove
to take. You
that
can't prove.
you were
Yeah,
destined
yeah,
to take
exactly.
that path.
And
But
you
with
can't
a
prove it.
butterfly effect, every single thing you do is going to impact the future, undeniably. But sometimes it can get confusing if fate and like the butterfly effect are tied in together.
Yeah.
But I can't word that properly.
Me neither. I feel like when I talk about things like this, it reminds me of like trying to envision a new color. Like, you know what I mean? Or like a new taste. Well, I guess a new taste I could imagine, kind of. But like imagining a new color. Like, it's just stuff that my brain can't like get.
So, the original best friend. I was friends with her through 9th grade. We got really close again. I actually had my first like major, can't say heartbreak.
I would call it a heartbreak.
Heartbreak, okay. In 9th grade. Too. And she helped me through that a lot.
I didn't even know she knew about
And
that.
with another, oh, yeah, she hated that.
Really?
Mhm, she hated that. And if you're watching this, I've talked to him almost every year since, except now we're over, so.
For now.
He can text me whenever he wants. Except I'd like to not be sexually harassed again. So
Oh, right.
that did happen. Anyways, but then in 10th grade, we were also friends again. We were super close. Then there was kind of a situation. I knew she was my best friend at this point. She was my like number one day one. But I wasn't her best friend. Even if she would say that, like I knew it.
I don't think you were.
Cause yeah, I know. Like
It was just so obvious.
it was.
Mhm.
Even if she claimed I was.
We're in 10th grade now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember because that was when I used to come sit at your table.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was mean to you that year.
Do you think?
I think she was mean, especially that one gym class story. I don't know if you remember it.
That's the whole thing. Like
Yeah.
that was what ended our friendship.
That was just.
I
it,
think
it sounds like dumb now that we're older,
I know.
And
But like
but like
oh my God.
it mattered at the time. It mattered.
yeah. And I think if it were to happen again today, I would stop being friends with her again.
And I would do it again.
I think I realized she just left me out a lot.
Mhm.
As we were getting closer to, I think this was spring like semester or whatever, sophomore year. She was leaving me out a lot. She wouldn't tell me things, which I could almost see from a standpoint because I had grown up always being like somewhat judgmental, not purposefully.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Like I would say observant.
Yeah. And I also had really bad anxiety, which I think contributed to it because like she was doing things that I could never do just because I was so like high strung on in my brain. I couldn't help that. And I also couldn't help what I said, but I don't really even think I said anything. I think it was just me, how I was acting. I was probably uncomfortable, even though like I didn't care. So she stopped talking about deep things. It's okay. And then we were in gym class, and we had another mutual friend. She and I had another mutual friend that we were both friends with. But there was one day where I don't remember what game we were playing.
I want to say it was like the handball that we would play in the auxiliary gym.
It's something like that, but it wasn't that.
Battle ball, I think it was called.
No, it was field hockey. It was field hockey. We were in the main gym, and we were in a corner, and it was just me, my best friend, and our mutual friend. And we did have also another mutual friend in this gym class, but she wasn't there that day. So she would usually end up being my partner, this other girl who wasn't here. Because, yeah, anyways. And my best friend and our mutual friend, they were on one side, and I was on the opposite side alone. And we were supposed to practice passing the ball back and forth with the field hockey stick, whatever. And I was always anxious because I didn't want to get a not 3 out of 3 for the day, because that's how we were graded.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. So I was trying to play, but they would stop and not like play back with me. It sounds childish.
It does sound childish.
But like this, like I was just so freaked out over my grades.
It's funny that you say that because I think it's like the principal, and I always say that.
It is.
It's the principal.
It sounds dumb.
It's not like it wouldn't have mattered if it were like hockey or anything like that. It's the fact that you would.
No,
do that
yeah, I
to me.
don't dare. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
And they were whispering and not involving me at all, like in their conversation. And I was just really upset. I was really fed up, and I was just so like sad because like my best friend isn't talking to me about something, which isn't unusual at this point during our friendship, but it still sucks. That day on, I thought about it for like probably a day or whatever, and I started ignoring her. Childish, yeah, but eventually she messaged me or texted me and was like, what's going on? And I explained my side and just like how hurt I would feel. But everything was built up over time. Stuff we wouldn't talk about with each other.
That's good. Like, not good in the sense of like that's a good thing. That reminds me of that one Shawn Mendes clip where she's like, I have anxiety, and he's like, great. Like,
I don't know that clip.
I just saw it yesterday and I thought it was funny. But that's not what I meant. I meant like that's good in like the sense of like it wasn't good. Sorry. That was just wrong for me to say that. That makes sense that it was over time. Because I feel like that's how a lot of these like relationships fall apart. It's not like, oh, they did one thing and like everything collapsed.
And maybe that's what she thought.
That it was one thing.
Like she might think that to this day, but it was never that.
You know, I would believe it if she thought that.
And also I can't collect my thoughts and situations enough to say that, like, this thing happened, like, on this day at this time.
Oh, yeah, I don't
like,
think
I have
anyone
no
can.
idea. Like, I just know how I
Mhm.
felt, like, leading up to this
Right, I
whole
remember how you made me
situation.
feel.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think that my brothers are like that when we get into arguments. They're like, "When did I do this?" And I'm like, "I don't know."
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I just know that you've been doing it, and it makes
Yeah.
me mad.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. I get that.
So I couldn't exactly explain myself because I couldn't even understand it myself. I just know how I felt, and I just couldn't be friends with her from that day forward.
I think that's how people should be, though. Like, if like you shouldn't have to, because I feel like in a way you were trying to convince yourself, like by having getting the evidence and then not being able to like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like not being able to like completely define why the relationship fell
Mhm.
apart and like have that like discussion with her and like lay it out
Yeah.
for her. I feel like in a way you were trying to like gather the evidence for yourself as much as you were trying to get it for her to like be validated.
I didn't feel validated. I remember saying that in the text, and she said, I forget what she said. I still have them, but I'm not gonna pull them up.
I think that's for the best.
I just remember to give her the benefit of the doubt, she tried to make an effort to remain friends, but
I
it
remember
just
that. I
wasn't
do
gonna
remember that.
happen. And we still had gym class, and we would still talk when we had to. And I remember I didn't have malicious feelings towards her.
hmm
And I wish I could say I don't, but I think I do. I
think
can't
it's
help
valid
it.
too.
Yeah.
And I think it's good that you're honest with yourself about it too, because a lot of people would just ride the high horse and say like, "Oh, it's no hard feelings," but like,
And I told her there was like I could never hate her, and I don't think I hate her. However, like the way she made me feel, that's not okay, even if
Yeah.
it wasn't purposeful.
you shouldn't accept that. I feel like once someone like violates you in a way like that, or like, I don't know. I feel like
She
it's
didn't want to play with me in gym.
because you don't play gym with you. Once someone like, I feel like, and you said it to me one time, and it really stuck with me, and I think about it to this day, because I was talking about like past best friends that I've had, because I'm a best friend hopper. I'm like a homie hopper, but with best friends. But to each their own. Like, no, whatever you want to do is your own. Whatever. No hard feelings on my end. Obviously, she didn't want to play hockey with her, so I don't think we should talk about her anymore. You said to me one time that like your best friend should never like hurt you, at least intentionally.
Yeah, I don't think so. Because you had this thing. You told me one time. This is pretty recent. That
It was recent.
I'm the only friend that's never hurt you,
Mhm.
and I feel like that's weird.
I feel it is weird. I don't know. Like, I guess you kind of get used to it because I do think that like I've talked about this on the podcast before, but I feel like at one point everyone's gonna let you down. But like, I think there's a difference between doing it intentionally and not.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if you were to ever let me down in a way, I would never believe that you like had ill intent.
And at the same time, like everyone makes mistakes.
Exactly.
But, I don't know. Your feelings. I don't think our feelings, our emotions can differentiate a mistake and I don't know, someone doing something wrong,
I get what you mean, yeah.
Like it's still how we feel. We can't exactly change
Yeah,
that.
you can't change it. Like, for example, the situation today.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've talked about this multiple times, but we are planning to go on a vacation together, and there have been some complications on like deciding on like how we're gonna like configure the trip exactly, and it works. Is it working out?
I don't know.
It's all in the wind, honestly. But the thing is, like, I don't want to be upset, but I am about the circumstances. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that there's any reason for me to be upset, but like I still am, and I know that I shouldn't be, but like I am.
I think we really wanted this to happen,
Mm-hmm.
but it's highly possible that won't,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just a disappointing fact.
Yeah, and I think that's how it is with a lot of relationships. I feel like there are people that have so much potential. And I'm not even talking like just romantically, but like even just as friends. Like some people had such good potential to be good friends and just failed dramatically. I feel like you know who I'm talking about when I'm like alluding to this.
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unfortunate.
And that's how I feel about it. Like it's like I'm not disappointed. I'm not really surprised either.
I think you've always seen, not even this day, but like this idea that you won't be friends with her like for a while. You knew it was coming, and you've said it so many times, like I'm not gonna be friends with her, blah blah blah.
And then
I mean, yeah, you continue to be friends with her, but like it's like it's gonna happen.
Yeah. I hate that dreadful feeling, like being in a relationship that like I feel is gonna end. Because it's like, what's the point? You date to marry.
Ideally, yeah. Actually, I'm gonna date to marry, but maybe I'll hang out with someone, but I'm not gonna date them if I
Hmm.
know they're not marriage material.
Right. I feel that way about relationships too.
I
With
worry though.
friendships.
I worry though that like my feelings will get in the way so much, even though this isn't the person I would ideally marry, because they don't have like their life set.
That's how
You
I
know.
feel too.
And that stresses me
I
out.
want to be with someone that like has it figured out, but like, what if they're not? You know what I mean?
But you love them so
But
much
I
you
love
don't.
you anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah. Emotions are so complicated when it's
they
like
are.
that. Because it's like I want to choose the emotion, but like I can't.
I know it's not right, but I don't know.
Does that make us shallow? Do you think?
No, no,
No.
no.
Hmm.
Because I think we want what's best for ourselves. Maybe
That's
that's
healthy.
a little selfish. I don't even
I
think
feel like
so.
it's. I don't think so. I feel like it's a good thing. Like I feel like when you've seen it so much, especially like now with like social media and stuff, like being able to see families that like don't work out because of like circumstances like that, like just being unprepared to have a
Yeah.
family. I think that it changes your perspective, and I don't think that it's a bad thing necessarily to want the best for you and your family and your future.
No, I don't think so either.
How far
Yeah, that's
we've
why
come.
Tinder's not for me.
Yeah.
They're not. Those people are not dating to marry.
I feel like they aren't.
They aren't.
It's so rare to find someone on the apps that are like,
And I'm so glad at my work I have the best bosses in the world. They're like some of my best friends almost. Um, but I was telling my bosses how I just turned 18 and how I downloaded dating apps, and they were like, "Oh, which ones?" So I told them Tinder and Hinge. And my one boss, she was like, "Oh, Tinder's just for booty calls." And I was like, "Yeah, I figured that out."
yeah, I don't. I wish they weren't though,
I know.
because there's like when you think about it, it's such like a fun way to like get to know people.
Yeah.
Like you don't. Oh, I thought he was peeing. It's hard, like, because there's not a lot of like third spaces. Do you know what a third space is?
Is that like a theory?
Kind of. It's like the first space is your home.
Okay.
Second space is your work or school or like obligative
Can there
destination.
be multiple second spaces?
I would say so. Yeah.
I
Work and school
yeah.
could be second places, and then there's third spaces like parks, libraries, like places that people go to like socialize and meet new people.
And like
kind
choose
of.
to go to as well.
Yes,
Like,
yes,
you're not
that's the
bound
thing.
to go
That
there.
you choose to go to those places
Yeah.
and you meet people there. Like I feel like we're facing like the extinction of third places. Isn't that sad?
That is sad.
Because like now there's not so much of a need for it. You don't need to go out and meet people.
'Cause-
You can just use your phone.
And I've always said, and you thought this was almost unreasonable, but I said I hope I meet like my best friend. This doesn't even correlate to it, but like a lot of the times you meet your significant other, or so we think. You would meet your significant other at like a bar,
Mm-hmm.
or like you're out with your friends, and
Mm-hmm.
that's like your third space. And like from there, you guys just naturally connect and stay with each other
Mm-hmm.
because that's how it happens. But like with social media,
Now that just feels so unnatural.
unreasonable.
Yeah, like it's
I
like
know. But it's so ideal.
it is so ideal. Like I really wish that were the way it was,
Yeah.
but like that brings us like back to the butterfly effect. I think again, you know what I mean? Like you both have to end up in the same place at the same time.
Yeah.
But doesn't the same thing go on your phone? Like you both have to like follow each other.
I know, but I think there's more of a likelihood of that happening.
I agree.
Because like if one person follows you, then you'll see it. You know.
Right.
And like
Yeah.
there's more chance in you guys showing up at the same place at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of cool. That's like fate too.
Yeah. That kind of just like tied everything together. That
Yeah.
was good. I like that. I just like sometimes worry like about like the fleeting nature of relationships. And I was thinking about it specifically with about you and like my other best friend, like the both of you. I was like I've had so many best friends in my life
Oh yeah.
that it's like okay. Okay. Like I've had so many like best friends in my life that
I haven't.
that I've confided in. Okay, so you just think I'm the worst person ever.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay, it's fine. But I've confided in a lot of people, and I remember specifically. I'm not gonna say names or like even allude to the person or people, but like you got it. I just remember thinking like this friendship would be forever, you know what I mean? And because of that, I could tell them anything. That makes me feel more trepidation, I think is the word. Or like, I think trepidation is the word. We're gonna Google it. Trepidation is defined as a feeling of fear or agitation about something that may happen. So like, I just have like that feeling sometimes that like I'll get backstabbed, I guess.
Backstabbed, or like you guys will.
Not even backstabbed. I feel like left in the dust. Because that's how I
Yeah.
feel. That's how I feel about my friendships. Not that,
Not that it's like something happens. But
yeah, or like that they've gone ahead or they've gotten
Yeah.
better than me or anything like that. I just feel like,
you guys have grown apart.
yeah, and like
But it
they just dust
hurts.
their hands off of
Yeah.
me. You know what I mean? And it's weird because like right now, I feel like the best friends that I have are like my close. Like I feel like you guys are like my closest friends ever. Like of all. Like,
I've never felt like with any of my other best friends, I've never felt like I could just tell them anything.
wait, but that's how I feel too. Like I feel like even, and that's
There's
the thing.
no shame.
I have no shame. And I feel like with the thing is like I want to be able to like tell people things and like they're not even like good things. Like I feel like I could tell you if I did something bad or if I did something questionable, and I have
Yeah.
done questionable things and I have told you about them. And like it's not like yeah, you judge me, but like you judge me into like the right path. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like you don't. I feel like whenever like I'm like on the fence about something, right? Then I have to ask you, like you'll just tell me like how it is, and
I'll be honest. Yeah.
exactly, you'll be brutally honest, even if it would like hurt my feelings, but it never hurts my feelings because I know you have like my best interest in mind.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's
That's
how
nice
I
that
feel.
you know that.
Yeah, so it's like I'm never like, because I feel like when we were first friends, or even like when my other best friend, when he started to get to know you, remember he was like, "Oh, she hates me,"
Yeah.
and I'm like, "No,
But
she
I just
doesn't."
seem like that way.
Yeah, it's just like your way of like showing like you care. I feel.
Yeah.
So it's like I like it, and I just like being able to be open and like vulnerable and not feel like I'm gonna be judged and forgotten because of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Back to like what I was saying is like I fear sometimes like to get too comfortable. You know what I mean? Like I'll get too comfortable with the way the relationships are, and then they just fall
Like
apart.
yeah, and then this random now stranger has my secrets.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. Like this person like knows everything about me, but like we don't talk. How weird is that?
It's like New Year's Day by Taylor Swift. Where
Oh
it
yeah,
goes,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
because
Please
it's-
don't ever become a stranger whose laugh I could recognize anywhere.
Yeah.
Isn't
Like
I
and
like
you
that?
Just, yeah. But instead of like a laugh. Well,
It's
laugh
just-
probably too,
Well,
but
yeah, but like
I think it
I
has
feel,
more meaning
I
than
feel like
that
it
now.
means that. Like it just means like don't become someone that knows everything about me
Yeah.
and we never even talk.
And I've never thought about it in that way. I've thought about it like as literal as her lyrics
Mhm.
are. But no, I think it does mean more than that now.
Wow.
Thinking about it.
That's what I kind of like having like a guest speaker on the podcast because I feel like when I have like the thoughts myself, like I sit through them myself and I process them myself,
Mhm.
but like being able to like bounce the ideas back with
Yeah.
you, like
I was
it's,
just thinking that bounce ideas
yeah, like
back.
it feels like nice and it feels more genuine in a way. That's such a weird thought to have, and I think about that a lot. Like, what if like maybe I'm just like an anxious ball of like doom?
Don't worry. Me and your other best friend are just gonna be here in the Lehigh Valley.
Forever.
Yeah.
I'll come back, and I've said that to my dad actually. Actually, not even just my dad, both my parents. I've talked about that a lot, like how when I was younger, I was like, I hate it here, but
I love it.
I would live here
Yeah.
actually, and it's like I've always wanted to like grow but like I know it's gonna sound like shallow, but in a way I have, like with DECA and stuff, like traveling the country, been to the West Coast, been down
haven't.
south. The West Coast is really nice. I really did like it. It's expensive, as
Mhm.
you could probably assume, but the people there are much nicer. I feel.
Oh.
Yeah,
I wasn't expecting
but that's
that.
what most people like. That's what the like American like schema is, I guess. Like people say that like people from our area of the country are just meaner, but it's not mean.
New
I think,
England.
yeah, I think we're just more like blunt.
Blunt, yeah.
Like
I
we're
was
more
gonna
we're
say
more business. We're more just like
dry. No,
Yeah.
not even. But like
just
more direct.
Yeah, that's how I would say we're more direct. But I feel like more people in the West are more like theatrical in a way.
Okay, I see it.
Like they're more put more of a show on. That's what
Yeah.
it felt like when I was there. Like the people were nice, like very nice, but like
Was even real.
yeah, that's what it felt like. It wasn't real because like
We're just so used to it here.
I feel like I traveled enough. I want to see the outside of the country, but I feel like you can always do
Absolutely.
that but this is home base. I would
Yeah.
never like.
Not long term move somewhere else.
No, I feel like
I
I feel like I'm always gonna make my way back here.
I think so too. I think I would move to a city or like a different country,
Hmm.
but not for more than a year.
I could see myself there for maybe like 2 to 3 years. Like
Yeah,
when I
for
think of
that.
that, I think of France. I've always wanted to live in I've always wanted to live in France, and I think with my major and stuff, and like
I think it makes sense.
at least to spend some time there.
There's bound to be really good study abroad
Hmm.
opportunities where you're going.
But this is home. Like every time like I come back here after like a trip, I'm just happy to be here specifically. And it'd be different if it were like, like Arizona, like the desert vibe. Like I like
Yeah,
it here. It's so like
yeah.
lush.
It's urban and rural.
Mhm.
Like it's a perfect
Hmm.
mix. There's beaches that are pretty close.
Cities
Lakes
that are pretty close.
cities,
Mhm.
major cities.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think
It's perfect.
I think the only not perfect thing is the housing market because
Yeah.
everyone
If
from the
ev-
cities
is
is moving here.
Yeah. I'm just nervous about like the future in that regard because it's like,
Yeah.
and it's like we don't have good like apartment options. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like it's like the apartment situation's like really like
They're
finicky.
they're building a lot new apartments. I think like more apartment buildings.
Hmm.
Um, but I think they're probably going to be really expensive
Yeah.
to live in, anyways.
I think I'm gonna need a roommate at some point.
Okay.
Okay.
And also, for my major, because I'm going into nursing, this is the most ideal place to live with
Yeah.
all the hospitals.
Yeah, we do have a lot of hospitals. Like a weird amount of hospitals here.
It's weird. Yeah.
Do you think there's a specific reason, or do you think
There must be. I've never
we
looked
have
into
so
it.
many? Like
Yeah.
so many.
And they just keep growing.
Yeah, there's just more. They're building
Mhm.
more. Like we were
And-
by the Lehigh Valley branch of my college,
Oh yeah.
and they're building 3 big ones.
I saw. Yeah.
And I was like, why? We
it's
have
so
so
weird.
many.
So weird.
It is weird.
And they have so many that are like even up to an hour away.
Hmm.
Little.
And it's
Not
odd because
hospitals,
isn't
but
there like an understaffing of like medical personnel recently?
There's said to be
A shortage.
shortage of like nurses, but like everyone's going to
That's what I'm
nursing
thinking.
school,
Everyone's
so
going
I
for
never
nursing.
understand that.
Hmm.
Same with teaching. A lot of people go for teaching, but there's still a shortage.
Maybe
But
it's a
it's
population
also-
thing.
Apparently, that it's still difficult to like get teaching jobs. So it's so crazy. Like,
Mhm. And I feel like this is the most ideal place. Like it's so community oriented, I feel. Like
yeah,
and then if like you stay here and then my other best friend stays here, we can all live on the same street and our kids can be friends.
No. I fear not.
Imagine like barbecues and stuff. Like family barbecues.
Block parties.
That's
I've
too
never
far.
had a block party. I think it would be really fun.
I went to one in New York. So that was fun. But I don't think we do those around here, do we?
I don't know.
Where do you think like not just our friendship, but like friendships that you have will be in like 5 years after college? Because I think it's easy to say like we'll be friends during college time because we can come back home and we'll all be together again. But like after that, like what do you think happens?
I wonder if people are gonna come back here.
Like
know what I
make their
mean?
way back here?
Yeah, after college. Like people are going far, like where you're going. Are you gonna come back here? I don't know.
Guess I never really thought about that. I always like I kid you not, I always just kind of figured it'd be like the 3 of us and no one else. Like nobody else. is
No,
coming
I
back.
actually have no idea who else I would be friends with after. During college and after. Well, I think that all's well that ends well.
Yeah. And I think the friendships and relationships that matter will stay.
In an ideal world.
Maybe they won't stay because we don't live in an ideal world.
We do not.
Man, I could just keep talking.
Yeah. That's all we do.
Maybe we'll just cut the mics and just full debrief.
Yeah, or we're gonna actually rewatch our whole video.
I think that just as it's like a PSA to like not PSA, but like as advice to like you guys, I think stressing less about the relationship itself and I feel like enjoying it more in the moment.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I enjoy our relationships more, like our friendship more, when I'm not dooming about whether or not you'll never talk to me again next week. So
See, but when I feel that way, I'll just text you.
okay, that's valid.
A week from Sunday, I'll be moving into college.
That's nuts. So you move in a few days after me. I move in on the 22nd.
No, I'm moving before you.
So you move in before me.
Yeah, I move in a week from this Sunday. The 17th.
All right, guys. That's all we have for you. Thanks for tuning in.
Should we do Zoom calls for the podcast?
What do you mean?
We'll Zoom and record it.
I don't know what that means. Bye.